I really like those parts in the Broly movies. Not a lot of people did though.
I like Broly's Second Coming. I'm the only one.
Yo, so did I. So did I.
Like, do they fusion then at some point during the fight?
No, this is pre-fusion.
Okay.
This is pre-Boo Saga.
Yeah.
Gohan is
like,
relevant, so it's pre-Boo Saga.
The trio was those two and Videl. Like they like went on adventures, and that was like not even a bad deal. I like.
So
this
Trunks
goes
pisses
in
on
Trunks
Broly.
specifically before that. Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
their primary colors are the same. I noticed that. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I always find it really weird when Dragon Ball's like, what if we had these children fight? And it's like, that's not cool at all. But sure.
Literally the story of Dragon Ball.
I know.
Goku's
I
like,
know. Yeah, it is wild though. It's just like, yeah, kids fighting. That's cool as hell. Love it.
That kid murdered that guy. That was
DJ
awesome.
was in
Punched
full
through his chest.
support of
Shit rocks.
child
the first
abuse
thing
for
that
the
happens
next 5
in
minutes.
Dragon Ball is Bulma shoots a 10-year-old in the face with a gun. like, that's the very first
Dragon
thing that
Ball's
happens.
raw, isn't it? Crazy.
Also, bold statement to have considering what we do for a show.
But we know like. I feel
killed-
like
Oh, we've murdered kids.
Plenty.
Clip that, take that out of context.
yeah.
It's hero
All right,
time.
what's next?
Next up, Gwenpool Booster Gold.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little weird.
lot
'cause
of
Wool
talking.
versus
Confidence.
Bold.
What?
Sorry, I was doing the
he was doing the bit.
name shrinking thing that we were
Oh.
talking about before. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Gotcha.
Moved on.
Gotcha.
Fuck it.
I don't know
I
about
love
this
Booster
one.
Gold.
Yeah, like
I researched Booster Gold for Booster Gold versus Cable. I thought his story was great. A fine fellow. I'd love to see him come back.
Booster Gold infamously broke Death Battle because these guys told
Yeah.
me, "Hey, we think Booster Gold beats oh my fucking god, who was he fighting?
right?
Cable.
Cable, right?
That's how
you think Booster Gold
hard he
fights
beat him.
Cable?" And I went, "That's fucking stupid." hang on. we gotta look at. I gotta look into this more.
And a year passed.
I feel like this one
Booster Gold
has
time traveled his episode into the future.
this one has a lot of like but the fourth wall stuff, right, from Gwenpool is like
Yeah.
kind of that's the problem to solve. Can she just
'cause
literally take
Booster
the
isn't really-
eraser and erase Booster? Like,
Yeah. He's not really fourth wall. I wonder if that could get past his force field. Though knowing that fucking thing.
Yeah. What's the description here? It's a little blurry for me.
Two characters from different worlds who use their knowledge of their respective worlds in a journey for fame, which becomes a journey of humility later into their comic runs.
Okay. So it's like fourth wall breaking versus time travel,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Versus
which is interesting.
third wall break. No, never mind.
Third wall.
Well,
breaking,
it's
how's that?
Fourth wall versus fourth dimension. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's actually kind of
a
interesting
fun
because
way to
it's
put
not like just like the same power against each other. It's two different
Mhm.
forms of like breaking a reality.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting idea.
Mhm.
I don't know if that was really the main intent, but like the idea of time travel versus fourth wall breaking is kind of fascinating to me.
Came up with something
yeah.
symbolically resonant.
What about
Yeah.
Future Warrior versus Beat? So the Xenoverse OC versus the Heroes OC, right? That's what it
Oh.
That's interesting.
I was looking at this thumbnail and went, I don't know.
Yeah, wait.
OC Goku
I was like,
versus OC Goku.
I know what they're from.
Got it.
Heroes.
Okay.
Does Xenoverse have summons, or is it just like a arena fighter game? Because I know Heroes has summons.
It's a
So you
Arena
might
Fighter
have a
game for
leg
the
up
most
in
part, I
that
believe.
regard.
is. Yeah.
I played
I don't know
Xenoverse.
about
one
Xenoverse
bit.
lore.
Yeah, it's just a fighter.
Despite
There
having-
might be some
having
crazy. I
covered
know
multiple-
Xenoverse, the game, like Xenoverse 2, had like DLC for years, so might
think
even
it's
still be having. I don't
still-
know.
Yeah, I think it still has.
Is it going to outlast Sparking Zero?
It might.
It already has.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. But yeah, I think for the most part, it's just like a similar type of fighter, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, it'd be summons versus just like all these powers or whatever from Xenoverse. Interesting. Okay. I mean, definitely want to explore some of the crazier sides of Dragon Ball. This would definitely do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
this
would not
one-
wear glasses if I was in Dragon Ball. I feel like those would
Word.
get shattered.
Word.
and the
Yeah,
glass would get
right.
in my
Like you're
eye,
asking to get
instantly.
shards in your
I
eye.
do it to
They're
myself,
really,
you know?
really tough. glasses. They that is the hardest glass in the
Is it like a
universe.
dual
Crazy
scouter?
that the
It
Frieza
looks
Force are
like
just
it.
wearing
Oh,
scouters all the time.
Mhm.
I think you gotta also think though that to some extent, Ki must be protecting their clothing because there's no reason that their clothing should survive the hits it takes anyways. So
Right. That's like the Superman thing.
yeah,
too.
yeah. So
Yeah, but Goku's clothes notoriously get pretty effed up.
yeah,
When
He's
he
tired.
gets effed
He
up.
no
Yeah.
longer.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you fight somebody who can power through that key. So
yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
Pyro versus Black Noir from The Boys.
All right.
Psychopaths.
So
Specifically, Amazon's The Boys. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
'cause
in the
I was
title.
gonna say
I-
like,
that's
comics
the-
The Boys.
Oh,
yeah.
sucks.
I love that's where we all went to be like, if it's the comics, the pyro is
Yeah.
obliterated. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
you
hang
know-
on. Which Black Noir? I still have to ask which Black Noir because there's two Black Noirs in the
Well,
Boys,
the
the Amazon
one that
series.
sees cartoon characters, because that's the pyro. You know.
Ah,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, I
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes right. So like psychopathic, violent killers who have this like alternate world
Yeah.
kind of in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
head.
Mass cyber
Got
dangerous
it.
killers.
That's fun.
That's
and
really fun. The
and
thumbnail's
Black
cool, too.
Noir like got like his skin burned too.
Yeah.
His
It'd be.
backstory.
Yeah, this thumbnail is great.
Rain
The like
fire.
cartoons
This
and
is such a-
rainbows, and then the like.
This is a good thumbnail.
We
Yeah, it looks
do
fucking
for
sick.
the DB cast people who've never seen About Banter. We do a lot of thumbnail critiquing, and I might not be the nicest
Yeah.
person.
This
But
is
this
a great
thumbnail,
This is a solid.
This
banger.
is
Yeah.
so cool
Bang,
looking.
It's great.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do this just for the thumbnail.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
right?
thumbnail rules.
I do love the idea of cutting between their different perspectives through
Like
the
this,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then, but then the fire from the flamethrower would probably like literally burn through Black Noir's like cutesy cartoon characters because
Yeah.
it would have that sort of like a PTSD or whatever. Ooh, we could do some real dark.
It could
shit
be a
with this
dual,
one.
like 3D, like the reality portion of the fight is animated in 3D, but then the fantasy is animated in like
Oh.
2D,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
that's
that.
cool.
and it
Yeah,
hops
I like
between that. Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Yeah.
This is such a good idea. I
Yeah, it
love
really
this
is.
a
It's
lot. I
super fun.
really like
Yeah.
this one.
I
Ooh.
unironically, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, this is really good.
What about Zero versus Infinite? Weird to see Zero RVB. Not really, but it's like
All he needs to do is drop onto Infinite from a tall height and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's his bit.
Wait, why? Hang on. What's the description?
Oh god, I clicked the wrong thing. Two mysterious individuals who use powerful, never before seen artifacts and end up being defeated by a hero in blue and their friends.
Also,
I guess that's
ridiculously
true.
edgy.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right. Yeah. Okay. I dig
Makes
it.
sense. It's cool.
What is
If it
Infinite?
doesn't
know
die
someone who can
immediately,
animate it.
he's probably gonna kill him.
People
Yeah, that's true.
people after
What
is
is what
infinite?
is infinite? Like he's a
Yeah, like,
jackal,
look at his
right?
look at his ears.
He's a
No, I
jackal.
mean like
Yeah.
I get that he's supposed to be a jackal, but that's not what jackals traditionally look like. Why does
Well,
he
Yeah,
have
but
the
look
have
at
you
heavy
Sonic
seen-
the
have you
Hedgehog.
seen-
Sonic
No,
looks like a hedgehog.
that's
Yeah,
true.
like-
Have you
That's a
seen
mask.
the echidna named
That's not
Knuckles?
really-
Yeah.
I've seen
Who has
all four.
dreads?
What I mean is there some is he like has he been mutated by dark energy, or is that
No,
actually
that's a
just like
mask.
what jackals?
It's a
look like?
mask.
It's a mask.
it's a mask.
Okay,
Yeah,
what I was fucking asking.
that's what I said.
You can see some depth at his eye back here because something.
Ah, you
yeah.
can see
Yeah.
the little. Why
Hang
is he
on.
all-
I just saw the next thumbnail.
Yeah,
What the hell's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on here?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Chase versus Keon. I have no idea what this little lion's name is.
Keon
from Lion King
from-
2, everyone's favorite.
No,
Yeah.
not from Lion
No,
King.
it's the like no, not Lion King 2.
There's a
It's
from
cartoon.
TV show.
Yeah,
The
TV show.
Lion
Oh,
Guard.
right?
what?
Lion Guard.
Yeah.
What? I've never heard of that. Wow,
so,
lions eat dogs though. So.
It literally is like, oh no, we lost Ben. Tough.
There's he is.
He's back.
There's
He's
like a
back.
power. There's a specific power to Simba's roar that's in this cartoon.
Yeah.
where he can like
Oh.
shake, like create an
Oh.
earthquake or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if this comes from a pitch or a previous. At some point, we talked about Simba having like crazy powers in this cartoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could definitely draw a lot from it. We also had a pitch that discussed Paw Patrol. We talked about it on a Death Metal cast previously.
Yeah.
There's some crazy superpowers in that too. So
Mhm.
Oh,
this
yeah,
would
they
be like
Insane.
this weirdly
interesting.
like remember these characters, these cutesy characters from these cartoons that you love from like your childhood from different generations. They actually have crazy superpowers that you probably never thought about. That would be this matchup.
That's just
Yeah,
Death
that'd be
Battle.
awesome.
I mean, that's just Death Battle as a.
That's
as
fair.
a
Yeah, that's
Also,
very emblematic of the show.
I don't want to get into it, but I do love that in a Paw Patrol, they hit us with the ACAB down here in the. It's just wild as fuck. Y'all are out of control. Rick Taylor versus the
Paw
Mask.
Patrol.
Splatterhouse.
Oh
I've seen
my
that shit
God.
before.
This is cool, especially this thumbnail.
This is
another
so
banger.
appropriate. This is so appropriate to like comic book Mask, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
him fighting Walter, who's like the big muscle guy. Yeah, this totally makes sense.
Yeah, but can Rick Taylor stack up to the insanity of the mask?
You'd probably have to limit, like, you probably have to limit,
Yeah, like
you know,
Yeah, I
like
don't
the
know
Mask
how
to like the
wild
comic run or something.
just Dark Horse comic Mask gets.
Not super wild. It's the Lobo comic that like
Yeah.
shoots it into the stratosphere, and then
Yeah.
the cartoons have some crazy shit.
The crossovers and stuff get crazy, but up until that point, the imagination, I guess, is limited.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take out a big.
It's maybe not the
mallet,
right way to
it'll
describe it,
squash
but
you. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
the Mask is
Very
not
cool,
one
though.
of the strongest tuneful
I like it.
characters.
Ibuki versus Taki.
oh heck yeah.
This is cool.
Nice.
I love
Yeah.
this.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Ninjas.
makes a lot of sense. This is a fun idea.
Taki is
Uh,
my Soul Cal 2 main, and I suck at everything Street Fighter 3 related. So I suck with Ibuki, even though I really want to get good with her.
Oh, I can teach you, DJ. I can teach you.
Oh, great. Finally.
Put some time on the calendar. I got you.
Both of them are very aerial fighters. Taki's very fun,
Jumping
and,
in the air.
Taki's all about them kicks.
Yeah.
Those rapid fire kicks, and Ibuki's all about those.
We put this in a
grabs
Soul
and
Cal
hops.
arena, and then the death would just be like they fall off and like something humorous happens to them.
Yeah, just ringing out Ibuki. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she'd have no idea what to do. You can't ring people out in Street Fighter.
Yeah, right. You know, she's like, "What the hell?" Yeah. And then like, if Ibuki dies, we just have like a really sad moment where Dawn, her pet Tanuki, comes up and discovers her.
Oh, starts eating her.
Terrible.
Starts
Wow.
eating her.
This one's fun.
God.
Ellen Ripley versus Sarah Connor.
Oh, this one's sick.
But Ellen
Sick.
Ripley gets the weird alien genes later, right? And does Sarah
does.
Connor never gets any like wild? But I mean, she does have maybe some better. No, she wouldn't even have better tech. Like I was like, doesn't she get like a future rifle in the show or something?
Ellen
at
gets
some
the
point?
mech.
There's the whole Sarah Connor Chronicles, which I'm sure has some crazy stuff. I don't remember
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot from that.
Yeah.
It'll be relatively close no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end
yeah,
of the day,
I imagine it would still
shoot
be
them,
similar.
You know.
Be very
Yeah,
cool.
this is super cool.
Yeah.
Love Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one feels like a classic sort of matchup
For
request,
sure.
despite us not.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen it requested before.
After doing a lot of Gen Z matchups, we're gonna hit one for the boomers really quick. Ripley, Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Shinji Izumi versus Huan Cha? Parasyte Sweet Home. We've talked about Parasyte a lot, and I still don't know much about it.
Is Parasyte like good? Has anyone here like seen it? Because I keep. It was like during that time where I kept seeing it around, but I was like, oh, that
All the
looks really
time,
gross
yeah.
and like off-putting. I kind of don't want to watch it. Like he has like that eye on his hand.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Oh yeah,
but
eye in the
but I
mouth
hear
and
it's
hand.
good.
I think I watched like
Yeah.
2 episodes of it, and I never finished it. Chad, you watched it, right? Am I getting that mixed up with something?
No, we had a pitch call, and then I think I had started Parasyte way back in the day or something, but I never.
Okay, so similar
Yeah.
story.
I
there.
can read the
Yeah, so
thing
we've started
there.
Parasyte, but we're not entirely sure how it would work out here.
I
So
like the
guess
movie Sweet Home, but I think it's a different thing.
That's a different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
thing.
that's not.
So hey, chat, tell us about Parasyte. We'll come back to the comments after this airs and see what's up about Parasyte.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one though.
Alucard
Look,
versus
ooh.
D.
Yeah.
This is cool.
If you
Our
bring
classic.
in D's novels,
Do we
like
These what?
D's
These
novels,
what?
Novels.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a,
Yeah,
what a
D's
bit.
novels. No, but
How
like really, D is
many-
insane. Like unbelievably absurdly
D's nuts.
insane.
You could say.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
say that
D
in
is
fact
nuts.
I was trying-
Great
I was
job.
fishing for
I was
that.
waiting. I was waiting
job.
to hit him with that. But yeah. Oh my god. Every single time you said something about D, I was like, I'm waiting for somebody to say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
on
but
the
I mean,
wall.
Alucard's crazy, but like
Yeah.
D's like crossing infinite spaces within a second, and like it's the most.
He is
absurd
anime
shit.
Superman. That's how
Yeah.
I would describe him.
It's like-
It's not Goku. It's Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Castlevania has a lot more like stuff. So
Yes,
I
yes.
imagine there's
It
gonna
evens
be.
out.
Yeah, I imagine there's gonna be. So we're talking about a character who has some crazy powers in some very specific novels versus a character who has a lot of material to work
A
with.
lot
So,
of like
Yeah,
weapons.
there's
a lot of
it's
them.
going to be interesting to see how that necessarily. It could be interesting to see how that potentially matches up.
I love this one.
Yeah, could be really cool to see how Alucard, takes on these. Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him.
Nukem, Serious Sam. Yeah.
Why does Serious Sam
Okay.
look like a wasp in this
Yeah.
picture? Why does he look like
Yeah.
he's like from Connecticut?
Oh yeah, why does
Oh,
he
okay.
have? Yeah, the glasses. Just
That's funny.
interesting picture. Yeah. This is
Uh,
a classic request that we
classic.
used to get a lot
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing one for
100%
the
here for
boomers, this one is, I think, up there.
Oh, we would
100%
make
Nintendo.
it so campy.
Yeah.
I don't think you
Yeah,
could do it
absolutely.
and not make. You would be doing it a
We gotta get
disservice
Gianni.
to not make it super campy, right? Like you need to.
Yeah, for sure. Also, very likely we could get John to voice Duke Nukem.
Almost certainly.
You okay?
I had like a bad first experience with Duke Nukem because I played Duke Nukem Forever, like as my first.
Oh
one.
my
I don't
God.
That
know,
was your
and that-
first
yeah,
Duke Nukem game?
that
Oh
was my
no.
first.
Sorry.
I was like, whoa, this is what people played back in the day. This sucks.
No.
No,
No.
I-
No.
I will stand by the fact that Duke Nukem Forever is just a Duke Nukem game, but like time has changed. People
No.
got older, and then people are like, "Oh yeah, no, this is
No,
stupid."
Duke
It's
Nukem
like, but
is Duke Nukem Forever is worse than like Duke Nukem 3D. Duke Nukem Forever is just poor design. Like you can play Half-Life 2 that came out like 7 years before Duke Nukem Forever, and you're like, what the fuck did they do? They learned zero
Half-Life
lessons.
2 is
They
like-
did nothing. Like, yeah,
And 3D is
Just
good.
translates
3D
better
is
to that
good.
kind of older style, probably.
yeah. Next up though, Yuyuko versus Deadman, Touhou DC. Former humans
Interesting.
returned
Is
as
she
ghosts.
dead? Is that the-
Yeah, their
Yeah,
former
okay.
humans returned as ghosts, serving under guardians that allowed them to live another life. These two reside
Yeah.
in an alternate realm, which allowed them to act as guardians. Eventually, they would be involved in an investigation and conflict nights that disrupt the order between two sides of beings.
Chat, if you haven't seen any Ballot Banters before, there's apparently a lot of people who really want to see Touhou.
Touhou
in a
is,
death
I
battle.
mean, I can
Touhou
probably
is
just
very
hit a. Let me try a classic. Control F over here. Put in Touhou. Oh no, that's
Yeah.
wrong.
As Sam breaks the show, let me
Yeah,
just say,
let's-
if you are
not gonna
interested in
go
seeing Touhou in a death battle, check out Ballot Banter, because almost every other Ballot Banter has some Touhou character being mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Oh.
this is
See them
the-
peeking out behind us.
Yeah, you can. I'll move it over. Oh no.
Oh no.
Right there.
Like I said,
Oh,
this
yeah.
Jen
You
breaks
can
the-
just-
this-
You
you
can
this Jen
just
breaks the
keep
show.
going. Like this is how many Touhous are in this ballot. Like it's more than.
Can I also say
like
that
Some of them are-
Deadman has my favorite secret identity, or has one of my favorite comic book names of all time. His name is Boston Brand. I think that is
Yeah.
like just a top 3 like superhero real names.
absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
nothing beats Billy Versa the Third. I mean, that's just the greatest
It's not even a
comic hero
superhero
name.
name,
of
it's
all
just a
time.
guy.
That isn't a
True,
comic
right?
book hero name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Look,
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, Deadman would be fascinating to bring in a death battle. I don't
Yeah.
know if I've ever seen anybody request Deadman before.
I haven't.
So that's interesting. But Deadman's
This is the
super
first one?
interesting. And this would be like Ghost Fight. I love it. This is fun.
This next one's
Speaking
really
of-
cool.
This episode of Death Battle Cast is sponsored by Ridge. Do you have a massive wallet like I used to, filled with all sorts of things you honestly don't need to carry around every day? Does sitting on it hurt your hip or give you back pain? Or in my case, were you told specifically by a chiropractor to get rid of that thing? Well, the solution is Ridge wallets. Ridge wallets have a unique, slim, and modern design that can hold up to 12 cards plus cash. They're made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber. There's over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. I went with the stone-washed titanium. And let me tell you, this thing is solid. The second I pulled it out of the box, my first thought was, well, this will last forever. And Ridge thinks so too because all their products have a lifetime warranty. And they say this is literally the last wallet you'll ever have to buy. Plus, every wallet has RFID blocking technology, so there's no need to worry about digital pickpockets. But Ridge makes more than just wallets. They've got rings, suitcases, and my personal favorite, key cases. I was carrying around a bunch of loose keys that were uncomfortable in my pocket when sitting, or in some cases, they punched a hole in my pocket. But with Ridge key cases, all my keys are now condensed into one sleek holder. Plus, it's really fun to pop them out. Right? So for a limited time, our viewers get 10% off at Ridge by using code DBC at checkout. Just head to ridge.com and use code DBC, and you're all set. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them, so please support our show and tell them our show sent you. So that's ridge.com. Use code DBC for 10% off at checkout. Thanks, Ridge.
Undead fights.
Yeah, we get a lot of Eins as well from Overlord, but I've never seen Kel'Thuzad, which is something Chad and I can speak to a little bit at least.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like, I mean, they are ultra powerful lich people, right? Like, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah. With like armies. I mean, a Kel'Thuzad armies at
Yeah.
command, like of all sorts of like, you know, creatures and beasts and skeletons and stuff. Yeah. So like, KT's pretty powerful. I mean, he's the final boss of original World of Warcraft. So.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, that's pretty much Heinz's deal.
that.
So that's gonna
Naxxramas
be,
was like
a
the
nice
last
little
raid.
necromancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool.
But I killed him.
Yeah.
Well, they're
you
handsome.
and a bunch of
I'm so
people
impressed, Chad.
and some
That's true.
story, you know.
Everybody swoon real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because
But
your
yeah,
character has plot
two-
armor.
Two super powerful undead army commanders. So that would I mean,
It would be cool
I
to
get
see
it.
the like necropolises clash, like and just like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
monster
right.
spell and stuff. Raiden versus Malenia.
Raiden A versus Melania. This is the Liam and DJ hour.
We
Yeah, yeah. Get a pitch.
Liam and I had this as a pitch, and it was quite good. It made a lot of sense because they kind of both have a lot in common, but like you're also going into Raiden's like
Pulls a sword out of
mind
her
space arena and such. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I think Chad and I also had
Yeah.
a pitch of this.
Yeah, the
'cause-
plane of Euthymia would like fit right in with like a Dark Souls boss, so that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
That
The
sounds
funniest
like
thing
a,
about like Ai is like they allude to all the feats she does. Like, oh yeah, she could cleave like an island in half. We never see it. Like we see like the residues of it, but you just kind of have to walk around knowing.
Oh,
that
so
she
she's
could,
like Malenia.
Yeah,
They're like,
I
oh,
mean-
she's the best badass person
Sounds like
ever.
any Elder Scroll, Dark Souls
Dark
or
Souls,
Elden Ring
yeah.
character.
Dude,
Yeah.
1,000 years ago, this dude would have fucked your shit up, and he's still gonna
Yeah.
fuck your shit up. And, like, you have a chance because he's like sick and dying of like demon cancer.
That's
So,
pretty much
you
Ai.
can actually
It's
fight
really
him.
funny.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, both of them have a lot of similarities in that regard. This would be
I
cool.
like
And
the-
also, we need more sword fights in Death Battle. Let's be frank. Like
Yeah,
sword
yeah,
fights
yeah.
are we don't have
The
enough. Of them. We
visuals,
have enough.
the
of them.
visuals of like Ai's like purple electricity playing with like Melania's like blood, that'd look really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, the like purple and the red.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
She
rod
came out with
the,
the fucking
yeah, the
the
lightning
wings.
Raiden has
That
a
was
lot of
like
little
a-
butterflies too, right? And Melania
Yeah.
has all the like the leaves and stuff. It would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
very-
yeah.
it
It's a
would be visually
moth,
sick,
right?
yeah.
What is it?
Malenia is
Doesn't
a
Melania have like a moth or butterfly thing? going on?
butterfly.
Yeah, so they
Butterfly.
both
She
have the
turns into a
butterfly.
It would be very
Imagery.
cool. Sword fights are sick.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah, this is sick.
Sax versus Absolute Solver.
Sax.
I don't got anything on murder drones. I feel like this is another franchise we get a lot
Wait,
of.
did you say
Oh, you do.
Sax?
Yeah,
It's
SAX,
but
whatever.
We like
Sax.
calling him. We like calling it Sax.
Yeah.
We'll call
I
it. We'll
also-
call them Sax from now on.
Sax.
The-
Yeah.
The X Parasyte created version of Samus from Metroid
Mhm.
Fusion.
The SAX.
Or
it would just be
Sax.
like a
X,
parasitic
Sax.
Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
basically.
isn't
Mhm.
Fusion after like right after Super Metroid, if I recall correctly?
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yes. So because Samus gets infected by the X Parasite,
Yeah.
and they have to like remove the suit from her. She's all fucked
Yeah.
up from it. But the X Parasite like kind of absorbs or takes on the suit and
Merged
powers
to her
from
suit.
Super Metroid. Which is why when you first meet SAX, it's super powerful and just like this Terminator essentially that just kind of moves towards you
Yeah.
and you gotta get the
It's
fuck out of
you
there.
from the end of Super Metroid. You're
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah,
you have to
exactly,
run from-
exactly.
yeah.
And it's ready to kill you. But yeah, Metroid Fusion is all about like kind of wrapping up that story with what happened to the baby Metroid.
Yeah.
And then Dread, which is the best game
then
ever
Dread.
made.
And then leads into that.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Definitely. It would
don't
be
have anything
interesting
on
to
Lord Drop.
specifically focus on the clone type characters rather than the main ones. That'd be fascinating.
Jill Warwick versus Elsa. Two ladies.
How
control ice
crazy is
magic.
Jill? Because Elsa's insane.
Nah, Elsa.
Jill?
I think that's the. I don't really know Jill.
16?
Is Jill 16?
Oh, 16?
Oh,
Is
she's
she
the
from
ice
16?
one from
I didn't play
16.
16,
She's got
so that
Sheila's
makes
power.
sense. Yeah.
Then I
yeah.
think our old pal Elsa might be cooked. I think if you bring up Final Fantasy, I think we're gonna have a dead Disney princess on our hands.
Really?
Well, hang on.
Maybe.
Is Elsa in Kingdom Hearts?
That's true.
Elsa
And
is.
do we
Elsa is
include
in
that?
Kingdom
She is
Hearts.
in 3.
I mean,
She
she
is in
basically.
Kingdom Hearts.
But the thing in 3 is that like the Frozen world is just retelling her story, but Sora happened. I mean,
does
that's
she, like,
all of
fight?
them, but
Sora's just
I'm not-
inserted
do
into
I remember?
Frozen for some reason.
don't-
Yeah.
I don't think it's
And Donald
she's a
Goofy.
They're literally
son.
like, as she's singing "Let It Go," they're like, "Who's that over there? What is she fucking doing?" Goro,
I
shut
don't
up.
think Elsa's a
Let's just
summon.
interrupt
She
this
might be a
song.
summon in Remind, but I don't think she's a summon in Base 3. But someone
Okay.
can correct me on
I
that.
I
would
mean, like
love-
by the end of Frozen 2, she is like the goddess of like
Yeah.
the ice element. Like, I mean, like she is like
Spoilers.
well, sorry, but like
No, Frozen
she's
2
like,
is actually pretty good. Like I liked it a lot.
yeah, same.
But
I
Jill
mean,
is like the icon for Shiva, so she's also like a goddess of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. and-
Yeah, I
well,
think that's the idea
Yeah.
here, right? Is they
Yeah.
both sort of like are
they have like ice
manifestations. Not that's
kinesis,
not
like,
quite
they're-
right.
Yeah.
No,
They
I think that
possess a
works.
power that is beyond them,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
yeah,
um,
Elsa can create life.
Yeah.
Like on a whim. Like, you know, and
Well,
sometimes even
she-
by accident. Like,
Yeah,
What's
but what does that mean?
I was gonna.
what joke are you gonna make?
No. No.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I would really I think I'd love to put Elsa in a death battle personally, just to explore how ridiculous like her stuff is. And so yeah,
we
like,
can
I
all
mean,
make
yeah,
life,
this is interesting.
Chad.
yeah,
human
okay,
being.
I
This
figured.
this one I think might be a little underrated.
Not
but
by yourself
pretty cool.
though. She did it by herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Out of
Wow, very
Or ice.
impressive.
Um,
Anyway,
Olaf?
is this Sax again?
No, this is just Samus
No.
Aran. This is just the Saw.
Yeah, just
no
regular
X.
Samus.
Oh dang it! I
Saw,
just
no X.
really like talking about Sax.
I am a
Let's
Sax
talk about
enjoyer
Elsa.
as well.
No Olaf.
Metroid versus Honkai Star Rail. Genetically modified
Yeah, it's
power
basically
armor wearing
like-
galactic hunters.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
okay.
a galactic bounty hunter versus galactic criminal. Even though she doesn't look like it.
Who
Yeah.
does look like a galactic criminal though? Like,
Liam.
what is that supposed to look like?
Like the thing is,
Yeah,
that
Liam
Firefly,
definitely looks
has,
like a galactic
super
criminal.
mech
It's
called
true.
Sam,
Look at me.
and like Sam is like this super like big ass fire robot. It's super cool to look at. Like anytime it's on screen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This would be
Okay.
fun. This is cool. And
a
also, it's
neat
kind of
idea.
like, even though they're coming out with Prime 4 or whatever, it's kind of, you know, old school game, new school game. I like it.
Yeah.
Angry Video Game Nerd Nostalgic. This is like the 1000th time this has been on Ballot,
Yep.
Ballot Banter.
Damn.
We can just.
1000th.
Ancient.
Ancient.
Well, hang on.
matchup.
Since this is the first time we've done this on like
Okay.
a public format with Death Metal Cast, we can talk about it a little bit. I'm sure some people
This
want to hear our
this was
opinions.
tossed out and talked about because of the crossover episodes before Death Battle even existed.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Those were before that. That's crazy.
Yeah, the AVGN versus the Critic.
A formative
feud,
moment in internet
quote, unquote.
history. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
mean-
first time there was ever a big, well, I don't know, maybe not first time, but first time there was ever a big crossover between two different internet shows.
Yeah.
That lasted for like years. But who would actually win if they tried to kill each other? Sure, that could be fun, I guess.
yeah, I mean, we know James very well.
Yeah.
So
AVGN flies to the sun. It's when he throws the Superman 64 into the sun. I
Yeah.
think he fights like some fucking. He has Super Mega Death Christ. I can't believe
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's right. Oh my
Oh, yeah,
god.
dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a
Just-
fights like a Galaxy Buster in the game or something. I don't know, something like that.
2000s.
Yeah.
The aughts just got blasted into my brain.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Shakira.
And then I believe Super Mega Death Christ only just yells "fuckers" a whole lot.
Yeah.
If I,
We'll just blasting things. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
There's
Fun
a
stuff.
take. Never again.
There's-
We will never talk about it ever again.
It's just so often requested. I mean,
I
you've
will
heard
say
it
I have
before.
seen some
Oh,
people
one
wonder
slur.
like if we would do something like this because it's like, oh, is it like real people or whatever? It's still characters. We would
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it'd
very
be-
much
so if-
characters.
Analyzing their characters.
if we were to do something like this, we would get the actual people, right? Like we
I would
do
want
this
to
live
see if they'd be
action.
up for it. I'm sure they
Yeah,
would.
We
like,
record them in a mud fight, just like actually hitting each other.
Yeah.
We just, we just put them in a mud pit and go and set up a camera and go. All right,
We
go.
snap the pool
Yeah.
cue in half and toss it in there. Have at it.
So
boys.
here's your script. You're supposed to win.
No script. We just
just
no,
put 'em in
because
a-
we want to see who would actually
that's
win,
true.
right? So
Yeah,
we just
exactly,
put them
yeah.
into a mud pit and they go.
No, UFC cage,
Triangle
we
it.
sell tickets. That's how it goes.
Oh, there we go.
It's so
It would
funny because James
be-
is like the nicest fucking person.
Yeah.
And so if you've never met him, like he's so polar opposite from the nerd. And so he's
It
just
is
Oh, yeah.
crazy how different.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that'd be fun. All right. Like, you know, he's like
He's
he's
so
just
chill.
so chill
Morty?
and sweet.
Yeah.
It would be
All
fun
right.
to just
Anyway.
have them do rock paper scissors, and then we just call it that, and we're like, there you guys go. April Fool's episode. They just play rock paper scissors.
Trio.
Black Hat versus the Warden. We talked about this one before. This one is really sick.
I've seen this a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they're just
Wait, what are they from?
They're Villainous and Superjail. I don't really know much about Villainous. I have watched Superjail. It's just like a fucking insane super jail. Like it's like he's the warden of a jail for people with like superpowers and shit like that. And it's like absolutely buck wild crazy like psychedelic show. And as far as I understand, Black Hat is like kind of the same thing. A warden of a very like serious criminal prison with like powers and shit, and it's just also wild. So this one's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
opposed to unserious non-criminal prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's supposed
definitely,
to-
And then
This
definitely love
masterpiece.
the ballots that give us new
Hell yeah.
franchises and stuff to look into. What the hell's going on here? what am I looking at?
Odin versus Major.
On
He
Ballot
just fucking
Banter.
runs over him, just like
Wait,
without
hang on.
without the tub.
Say the matchup out loud for anybody listening to the audio
Donkey
version.
versus
because-
Mater.
Sorry.
Shrek cars. Yeah. Chad, you were saying.
Yeah, so it's wild that this is here because, you know, on Ballot Banter the other day, we were talking about it. We were talking about Lightning McQueen versus what, Thomas the Tank Engine or
Yes,
something?
yes,
Yep.
yes.
And then I was like, do you know the theory about Mater being a serial killer? Because he lives in a junkyard that's surrounded by car parts.
Shit.
Yeah, okay, but also you don't think everybody that works at the morgue is a serial killer?
Yeah, but
the
he's
don't-
not
corpses
like
are
an
more, like,
ambulance.
mangled.
They don't
He's
live
not-
alongside
morgue.
body parts strewn around them. That's what serial
That's
killers
some-
do.
Ed Gein shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The morgue is designed to like it's a stage, right? You move on
Yeah.
from that. Like you
Yeah.
prepare the body for everything else. So yeah, Mater just has bodies lying around him.
Yeah, he's living amongst the pieces of the corpses
Do you think
of
he'd
cars.
eat Donkey? Like he has like a mouth and
This is real.
run into him and like Donkey's like
Well-
his legs are broken and he's like oh waffles and he's trying to crawl
What
away.
does
and,
Donkey
like,
do
Mater
against
just like
him?
just like eats him with
I'm
his
gonna
fucking-
make
Donkey has dragon powers.
Yeah, I am gonna
That's
make
what he
the
does.
observation here that Mater does not have canine teeth, so I doubt he is a carnivore.
What do you mean he doesn't have cannon? What do you mean? He's like looking at him right now.
There's
he's
no
saying,
canine teeth.
Canine.
Oh, canine.
canine.
She said
I mean,
cannon.
wouldn't it be
He,
just
like
the next
Donkey.
tooth over? Like
No, you can see back there.
Would
He,
have
like
the
Donkey,
incisor?
I believe, is a
You
vegetarian.
hook him with the buck teeth.
Yeah, he can get him.
he hooks
he
him
can get
with the
him.
buck teeth.
He can get him, mate. You know,
I mean, you don't have to like
What is
crush
this?
down metal. Like you don't like cut into it like a canine. Like you'd have to smush it with something flat, right?
You'd
So
cut
when's
him with the front teeth, right? You would
Yeah.
start. These are for cutting. So we'd like start like severing like limbs from Donkey as like Donkey's being pulled
yeah,
in.
it's like, yeah. You know.
Yeah, he has the really long tongue too, so you probably just like wrap around Donkey and like kind of like pull him in to his maw.
Yeah, but then Dragon shows
Yeah.
up for vengeance
Yeah.
and totally fucks Mater
Yeah.
up. But I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Donkey versus Car. My money's gonna be on Car. Like, also,
This is the potential to be the most evil
don't
death
think
battle
so.
we've ever done.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
Because the cars
Everything
and cars.
you just talked about, Liam, is terrifying.
I think the cars and cars like get into accidents and receive serious damage, whereas Donkey from Shrek, I think, is on a whole different level.
It's true. It's possible.
I mean,
So,
that
What
is-
if Donkey ate Mater?
Yeah, Donkey's. I mean,
Why is this the only way for this fight to end? One of them eats the other. Like what?
Why can't you just like run him
Superman
over? Why
who's
does he
never
have to
gonna
eat
walk
him?
again?
I think it's because of the
He's literally
thumbnail.
a car. A
Yeah.
car
I
can
think that's-
ram into a donkey and cause roadkill. Why is that not the first
No,
thing
but
to come to
Donkey
mind?
can be.
I was thinking
That's
regular
the first
donkey, but like
step.
Yeah,
this donkey fucked
Oh
the
my
dragon.
god.
yeah. This
Alright.
donkey fucked
He
the
did
You're
fuck
really
a
dragon.
looking
dragon.
at this thumbnail. Like Donkey's
he
like
fucked
giving
Mater.
Mater like the look that he's super delicious. You'll eat him.
Yeah.
If anything.
I think Donkey is
Maybe he
strong.
wants to have little
Donkey
car
gets
donkey
like
babies.
hit out of the swamp by Shrek, right? Like he can survive way more than a car.
He gets
Because-
thrown
Oh,
into
right.
space.
Yeah.
By
in
Shrek.
that.
Donkey's
Yeah,
way
in that.
stronger.
commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Donkey's got it locked. Donkey's got it locked.
I've only watched Shrek 1 and 2. I don't know what happens in the other stuff.
All right,
so-
we can't stay here all day. Let's move on to
I would.
zombies
I
versus
think we could do a
skeletons.
whole
Can we?
cast on that.
Just zombies versus skeletons
Just
composite.
all zombies. versus
Wait,
all
All
skeletons.
zombies versus all skeletons.
Wait, okay, hey, all of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Skeletons with meat versus skeletons with no meat.
Skeletor, Ghost Rider,
As-
Grim,
also known as skeletons.
Ainz.
My money's on the skeletons.
Yeah, Ghost
Yeah.
Rider, Skeletor,
Like,
Grim.
yeah, like
that's
Does
like
Skeletor
Ghost
is
Rider
like
count?
Thriller.
Is it
Michael
just anything
Jackson
that looks like a
here.
skeleton versus anything that looks like a zombie? Is that the idea?
No, it's just
he is a skeleton.
Yeah, these are all skeletons.
yeah.
Let's see. Lord
The
Zed.
Brat
all
stall down there.
zombies.
What? Okay.
I love that they have Zed from the zombies movies. The Disney
Yeah,
movies. That's
I just that's
incredible.
what I was just laughing about.
Yeah, Michael
Logan.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Loved those movies. Speaking of which, the new
I
one's
think
coming out.
Grim
soon.
is gonna clean up shop here. Like honestly.
Skeletons are seeming much stronger.
Wait, hang
Their
on.
best one
We've
is
also
Solomon
got
Grundy.
we've also got dry bones there, and I don't know what that dinosaur is, but we're it's not just limited to human skeletons and human zombies.
Right.
So we're talking about any form of zombie from anything versus any form of skeleton from anything.
Yeah. Also,
I'm still eating
So,
skeletons.
I would like you
Like-
to remember that the Plants vs zombies are absolutely fucking insane.
Exactly.
right.
Don't
Yeah,
they
but
have like
that's
a
still- this is
cosmic
still-
bomb
Well,
thing? Like
the plants have a pea shooter that shoots galaxies, but the zombies don't die when they
Right.
get hit by the energy of a galaxy. So the Plants vs zombies might be broken. We
do
don't know.
Grim
liches
like
count as
survived
zombies?
being like Mandy smiling in the universe getting destroyed.
Because
the
and
revenants
Yeah.
count as
Skeletor's
zombies because
right
like
there.
Yeah,
there's
right.
a lot of different
If
ways
there's-
to go with this.
Yeah, if there's
Solomon Grundy
meat on
is a
those
zombie,
bones.
right? Like
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
for sure a zombie. He's like a classic zombie.
Hey, you know what? This sounds like a great Skeletober Death Battle cast discussion.
It does.
Ooh, we might have to bring this back for Skeletober. That's a good call.
I like
Good
it.
call.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
a
like
good
this.
idea.
Kuroro versus Zim. See, also classic one. If you
Zim.
accidentally flip
Oh, here
your,
goes. Sam's
your
gonna push up
characters on the wrong side, if you do their names opposite of how they are in the thumbnail, you lose points. The points do not
Yeah.
matter, but you have lost points.
I've
Normally
been thrown into
you
a
get
range.
10 points, but if you
Yeah.
put them on the wrong side,
Yeah.
then you get
You do lose
3.5
points.
points. Sorry.
So it's
Yeah, then you
actually
lose
Zim.
points, and then once you get to 0 points, I'll actually ban you from ever posting on Ballot Banter
Crazy.
again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
I will find you, and I will do what Mater is going
No,
to do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so make sure to keep track of your points, everybody.
Kuroro
Because
so
we
I don't-
certainly won't.
or Zim versus
Yeah.
Kuroro.
I don't know
Uh,
anything about Kuroro, but it says they're two aliens.
do know Zim.
Sorry, what is he from?
Competent invaders, yeah.
Sergeant Frog.
Sergeant Frog.
Yeah. Two aliens
Oh.
that may
Yeah,
be
Sergeant
incompetent
Frog.
invaders.
Like it's like a man. It's been a while since I looked into anything Sergeant Frog related, but it's like this. It's a Japanese. It's an anime, but it's more in the style of like just a classic cartoon than it is like a
Like a
very
kid's cartoon.
serious show. I mean,
Yeah.
you can
Nice.
get the vibes off of it. I mean, the whole thing is that he wants to take over the world, but he has like he's very incompetent at it. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah,
Hence
that's.
the
I mean, that's Zim.
similarities in. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember
Zim was
about Sergeant Frog ages ago, but I never, watched it, obviously. So that's an
I feel like
Sergeant
it's
Frog
I
has
have
some
a-
crazy ass tech. that much I do remember. So
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure who would win this.
Yeah, I mean Zim has a lot of gadgets and weaponry and stuff
Yeah.
too.
It's very Team Rocket kind of vibes
Yeah.
I'm getting, right? Like, yeah.
I feel like if we ever did an Invader Zim episode, it would need to be sponsored by like Hot Topic or some shit.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is a very hot topic episode. On to maybe an even wilder one: Pilgor versus Deer, Goat Simulator, Deer Simulator.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, just at a base level, a deer would probably beat a goat. But like, I don't know beyond that. The gun antlers are amazing.
We have to dive into this one, but you did do something really special with this thumbnail.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that would
What's
be
that
the most unhinged death battle.
Well,
Oh my god.
I don't know, because next up is SCP Foundation versus Hololive Productions, which also could be quite unhinged.
What? Why is
I
there?
don't know who.
Wait, click on it
gets
again?
this.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Why is there gorilla there?
I guess Hololive
Hololive
has a
specifically?
gorilla.
Why
You
is
that could take down at least 100 men.
Oh god, here we go again.
wait?
That's it.
Did you play that
SCP
game?
versus just Hololive, just in general?
Well, it says SCP
Just
Foundation.
Hololive, like not all VTubers.
Well, it says
Yeah,
Hololive
exactly, but, like,
Productions in SCP.
the idea
Foundation.
being it is
Yeah.
constantly people who are like building up stories for the characters
Yeah.
on the fly.
Yeah.
So we basically say, hey, SCP writers, hey, Hololive VTubers,
Yeah,
we're
why?
gonna make a
Go to
death
war.
battle out of you guys. Go.
You have until this date. Oh,
yeah.
You'd get the strongest characters ever in Death Battle.
Yeah, of course.
Within the first few minutes, you'd get the strongest characters. Yeah.
That's incredible. And would be absolute chaos.
Unhinged, exactly.
We would be the ire of both of those websites.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they
we would
take us-
ruin both
Oh,
of them.
100%.
Completely
Why is
ruined
suddenly
war.
everyone making everything like 4D outer
Hyperversal.
versal? Like, you know?
Oh, research would be impossible too, because we'd have to be like, oh, and then he infinitely transcended him, and you'd have to like follow that chain over like, I don't know, 30 days or something, which is going to be thousands of fucking posts.
Oh, it's gonna be
of,
Our
like,
research team would be
infinitely
having to watch multiple VTubers constantly for like 3 weeks as we prepare this.
That's
This is the
Crazy.
story of how the whole research team quit Death Battle.
Yeah, this is,
This is the story of how, of how Hololive got ruined, how SCP got ruined, and how Death Battle got ruined. Great. We just take down 3
Incredible.
birds with one big ass stone. Let's go. Anyway,
leaving the unhinged, going to something a bit more grounded. Raph versus Inosuke. It's pretty cool.
Unhinged.
Yeah.
Grounded.
Super
Raphael?
hot
I
dual
love
wielding
this.
fighters. Yeah, it's very fun.
I would
it's
love
great.
to.
Totally
yeah,
dig it.
this is. I mean, you just know it would be such a good pairing.
Yeah.
And it'd be so fun, just them bickering with each other and just yelling out nonsense. Yeah, it'd be very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I really want to cover like Raphael by himself. Like growing up, it was like obviously I was like Donatello all the way, but like growing up, I was like, oh, I really, really like Raphael.
I think it's been in Ballot Painter. I think we might have done a cast on it now, but Old Man Logan Ronin Raph is like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking
that's-
peak for me. If we're gonna do
Mikey.
another Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Ronin's Mikey.
Oh, it's Mikey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
Last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
That's
gonna
the
do
twist.
Turtles again.
Oh yeah, massive spoilers for that movie coming out, by the
Yeah,
way.
sorry.
I think they also have a game coming out too, if I remember correctly.
Maybe they'll make it
Okay.
Raph. Maybe it'll be a reverse twist.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
there
it
you
is
go.
the person you thought it was this whole time.
Yeah.
Metal Sonic vs. Scourge from Transformers. I don't really know about Scourge. Ultimate
the
weapons.
Metal
I thought you were
Sonic
gonna
fighting
say
antagonists.
Scourge from also Sonic.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I was
right.
like. Wait, what?
Could you click on that thumbnail? I just want to point out that
Can I kick it?
illustration of metal always looks so edible. Like look at his
What?
head. Like don't you just want to like
What?
What's going
you
on
just,
with
like,
you today, Liam?
I'm just
Hang
saying
on.
doesn't he look like
You
delicious?
had
I
lunch
don't know.
today yet?
I think
No,
it's
I'm really
You
'cause-
look
hungry.
delicious.
But his head looks like a big dollop of like
I-
frosting, you know?
I think it's more like a teardrop, but it does
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
how the old ice cream popsicles used to be. I think they do look a little bit more like him because they were all melty and stuff. But
I'd kind of like to bite it, you know? I'd like to feel its texture.
I mean-
if you told me even then it looks more like metal than candy. And if it's candy, it's a real hard candy, and I don't want none of that.
But like a really yummy metal.
Okay.
I'm
Liam, go
sorry,
eat.
but I
When
thought
you
that you guys would. I thought you guys would agree with
that
me.
this would be what we talked about.
I thought you guys would agree with me immediately. Never
Scourge
mind. Fuck me.
is sort of the right-hand man for Galvatron, if I believe.
Oh, gotcha.
So this would be like the right-hand man of Eggman and Megatron / Galvatron.
That makes sense.
He is.
Not as-
So it makes sense.
Optimus
I
Prime
don't
clone.
think we would have either of them eat each other like Liam seems obsessed with today.
Just
Liam's
metal.
very hungry.
Just his head.
I'm always distracted because Metal just has the most menacing he's just his body language is just like, I'm gonna get you. Like, you know, it's
What he's designed
And his
for.
I'm
head
gonna
is
get
dipped
you, and then he's gonna
down.
tumble like 10 times after you hit him 3 times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, lick my head. Sorry.
It's like one of those
Yo.
toads that makes you like
What?
high.
I realized after I said it, I wasn't intending that.
Are you sure?
Watch Friendship. Watch Friendship.
We have so many clips from
Robinson
Chad
movie.
from this episode that would be
Murder
great
kids.
out of context. Let's go, guys.
And this is Ballot Banter.
Yeah. While you're playing that game, feel free to key out DJ's background and place him in fun
It's
environments.
only half of his background.
That's why I care. This is literally a green screen.
Yeah, but
you
the
can
other
key out
half
whatever
is
you want. I don't
beige.
care.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Metal Sonic's gonna be right behind you.
Okay, so that'll do. I think we'll end it there because we're
Okay.
clearly off the rails. But Sam, I'd like you to scroll down just a little bit to kind of
Myself.
show what we'll be talking about next time we do Ballot Banter. Oh, like not so fast.
Oh.
Let's see what's coming up. Okay, so this is going to be what we start talking about next time we do Ballot Banter. Again, we do
Which-
Ballot Banter pretty much every week.
Yeah.
For members and using the Discord. So
If you're
and we are.
if you're watching this now, the episode where we talk about these is already going to be out for members.
That's right. That's fair. I forgot about that.
We'll
Yeah. So if
go
you
down
want
here.
us to hear us talk about any of these matchups, go check that out. It'll be the Ballot Banter from I think 2 weeks ago.
Barely missed talking about Sakamoto days.
Dude, this next one's got some bangers in here.
Yeah.
it's good
Excited to
ones.
talk about that last week. All
Yeah.
right. Again, you can see all of these Ballot Banters that we run through on the YouTube channel. We release them all as membership content, and we are now doing them live on the YouTube channel, so you can tune in to react to the ballots with us. So we hope to see you there on one of those. Thank you all so much for joining us for another Death Battle cast. Next week, we will be continuing cast as normal with a matchup that we're very excited to get to. So until then, stay cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
that one.
trying to come up with an outro.
Stay
I didn't know what to
like the
say.
ladies.
Yeah, stay frosty.
Stay
That's what it is.
awesome, y'all.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.